Welcome back, everybody, to your first, second, and now finally your third stimulus check update. The CARES package, the relief package, the American Rescue Plan, PPP Round 2, EIDL, targeted advance grants, executive orders. We talk it all on this channel, including building wealth strategies and financial education. It is February the 28th. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's late in the evening. I hope you are all getting prepared for a great start to a new week tomorrow. This is your late night East Coast viewing and your evening West Coast viewing for everybody out there on the East and the West who catches us later in the day. We have urgent news we need to announce on PPP and what is to come with the new rules of the overall adjusting process. There is something extremely important that you need to hear, and you're not going to want to miss this. Let's get straight into it. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Edward Bilder. To all my loyal subscribers out there, welcome back for another viewing. If you are joining us for the first time today, welcome. Remember to do your part, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this with all of your friends. Smash your like button, make it change colors if you think we're doing a great job. As I said earlier, this is a late night viewing. It's for everybody who missed our afternoon briefing, and so you may hear some similar information that was presented earlier today, or you may hear some additional information as we gathered it throughout the day for a new briefing. We finally had the bill pass. Fantastic news here, okay? So check out this video. The House finally passed the bill. It contains all kinds of great information about the $1,400 stimulus checks, child tax credits. There's tons and tons of money out there that's coming to many qualifying Americans. You don't want to miss out on something. So check this video out right here. You could join us on other videos where we talk building wealth strategies, financial education, passive income strategies through real estate, royalties, and stock tips. So check us out on other videos as they come out. We're going to cover some big details, urgent details on the PPP new filings, okay? If you want to make that adjustment in the new rules to gross from your net, there's something super important you need to hear about filing for forgiveness. We're going to get into all those details. We're also going to talk about what some of the delays are. So come on and let's get straight into the details. Okay, before we get started, let us know in the comments if you were a PPP applicant from CARES Act days, or if you're joining us for the first time and you're a PPP applicant for your first draw in the round 2 process. Let us know where you are in that process. Let us know if you received your draw 1 or draw 2, or let us know if you're waiting to receive your draw 2, right? Maybe you're stuck inside the portal waiting for some application process to occur. All right, so urgent news. Urgent news, you need to hear this about PPP because we're basing this off of some historical information that we discovered when farmers file for PPP with their Schedule F. They are so far the only applicants that have been allowed to make any adjustments to the PPP loan amounts, and also were allowed to make adjustments to use gross instead of net income. Okay, like Schedule C's now should be using gross instead of net income, and we've already seen 1.9 million applications from round 2 where everybody filled the form out with net income, right? So it's begging a lot of questions to what is going to happen next. And so historically, we can follow what happened with the Schedule F for the farmers and really observe what the SBA did in their situation, because most likely they will just copy that, right? They're not going to reinvent the wheel here. They're just basically going to copy what is happening with the Schedule F forms and create a system that follows it for the Schedule C form filers. Okay, so there is one constraint, and this is the urgent news. One constraint that would prevent a farmer, Schedule F filer, a farmer, from getting any adjustment to their loan amounts, whether it was from net to gross or whether it was to ask for more funding. The one constraint was if they filed for forgiveness for the round 1 and have been approved, they were not able to go back in and file for any additional funding. It basically said, your account has been closed with the SBA, you've been forgiven, all of your debts are satisfied, and basically we're done, right? Your account's closed. And so they couldn't go back in and file for a second draw 1 because you're only allowed to get one draw 1, right? So as far as draw 2 goes, these farmers realized this and they left their forgiveness open. Okay, so they didn't apply for forgiveness on draw 2 because it prevented them from making any adjustments. So the message is, if currently you have a forgiveness application in and it is not approved by the SBA and it's still with your lender, get that withdrawn as soon as possible, because everybody watching right now is a Schedule C filer or some kind of small business filer, and you most likely filed off of your net. The only way you can go back and adjust that draw one from CARES Act days or now round 2 PPP days is if your forgiveness application has not been approved. So go and withdraw it now, okay? There's plenty of time to get your PPP forgiveness done. It's not as urgent as everybody believes, okay? You can get this done over time. And they're only making the rules easier. This new administration is somewhat making the rules easier for forgiveness. So we're going to see more things evolve here as we move forward. And it might even be like, hey, check a box and you're forgiven completely, right? maybe even over the $150,000 that's currently set at right now. So stay with us. We're going to have a lot more information on this. So what are we waiting for, okay? Even though some of the fintechs are going through the process of adjusting to the gross income, that line 7 versus that line 31 net, some fintechs are taking the approach, they're going to preload information, having you load in line 7 data. Now, they can't submit this information or even send you any kind of form to sign from the SBA because it doesn't exist yet. And this can, in cases we've seen in the past, take up to about 30 days for the SBA to create a new form, send it through all of their quality checks of assurance, and then get it signed off by upper management in order to be presented to everybody to fill out the applications. Now, I am hearing the rumor that this is being rushed through the system, basically being made a priority, and it should come out, I'm saying should, come out mid this week, so you can expect to see it here early in March, because that deadline is still out there, March 31st. Now, if you were funded off of 1 and 2 off the net, chances are that you will see a similar form to the Schedule F adjustments. And this will most likely be found inside of your fintech portal. Now, as far as any portals that exist with local branches, I'm not sure that they have portals that are supporting the overall SBA program for PPP, so you may have to visit that branch again in order to get that extension filed once the paperwork comes out. We will track this to make sure that you get all of the information so you don't miss out on an opportunity. 32 days. 32 days is all that is left if you count today, right? March 31st is the deadline to apply for the PPP round number 2. And we're still waiting on the forms and all the fintechs to adjust all the information for gross, right? This is kind of wild. So this leads Congress and many individuals out there suggesting that they will extend this program. But I will tell you that this happened in the CARES Act days. Historically, it did happen, only it was basically the time expired, right? It just expired. The PPP program was very misunderstood. Many people thought it was a loan. I thought it was a higher paying loan with 1% over 2 years' time. So it wasn't sought after. Not many people could understand what the forgiveness was all about to know that it was free money. So nobody applied for it. And there was tons of money left in the system. And so Congress made a decision that they were going to make it a little bit more simple, extend it out to 5 years instead of 2 years, change a few things from 8 weeks to 24 weeks, right? They made adjustments to make it easier for everybody who's applying to understand, yeah, you could get this thing forgiven. We're basically giving you a lifeline here. Grab it. And so they extended the deadline, but it came with a lapse in time. There was about, I think it was about 30 days or so, a lapse in time. And if you went out to the fintech portals, it basically said, sorry, the deadline has expired. We are waiting for Congress to make a decision as to whether or not they're going to extend this deadline. We will send you an email if that happens. We'll keep your application on file, and it'll basically proceed after the fact of when they extend the deadline. Now, in this situation, they won't necessarily just let your application proceed if you are looking to make it into a line 7 instead of line 31, because you're going to need to fill out a whole new application. It is going to be like, if you want to go after the gross and you don't want to accept line 31 net and you want to start from scratch, it's basically going to be like filling out the application all over again and starting from scratch, okay? So just be prepared for that. And there's not going to be a magic wand that gets waved. That's basically the SBA will take anybody who applied and got funding for draw 1 and draw 2. They're not going to wave a magic wand and say, oh, we're automatically going to adjust it for you and make it go into line 7. No way. That'll never happen. So you're going to have to see a similar situation like we said with Schedule F and go back in and fill out more forms, and possibly they may even ask for more information of proof of your gross income. Okay, like we see in the targeted advanced grants, they want you to fill out literally every month to show you what the gross income looks like. So we are going to track this on this channel, and we're going to get you your news daily. So stick with us so that you don't miss out on something, because it is time to get our funds. It is time to get back to normal, and it's time to start investing again. Right now, you could check out in the description Webull and M1 Finance. Webull wants to give you 2 free stocks valued up to about $1,800 after you deposit $100 into the platform. And M1 Finance wants to give you a $30 sign-on bonus after you deposit $100 into the platform. You can take that $130 and invest it in any which way you like. I use both of these platforms daily. Webull's kind of cool. They have all kinds of interesting games. You could post inside your Facebook to invite your friends to join Webull, and they give you this chance to spin a wheel and win additional stocks. I win about $20 worth of free stocks every day, and then I just swap them out for whatever I want to invest in for that $20. I basically just trade them in and get different stocks. But that's my little trick. You could do that. You could do whatever you want with the free stocks if you want to keep them and use them to build your portfolio. That's fine too. Check me out on Instagram. You can find me in the description. Don't follow any other person asking you to meet them on Instagram. They are fraud. They're looking to scam you. And they've even cloned my face, putting some bogus phone number separated with parentheses. It's just total identity theft. So don't call any phone numbers or anything found in the comments. I think YouTube, you need to do a much better job at fixing this problem. I thank you all again, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.